Hi, and welcome to episode 4 of season 2 of the Eco Bitch Actress podcast. My name is Sadie C. I'm your host, and our co host Superman is here today. Welcome to the podcast. Nice. My voiceover skills are just getting better and better every day. Okay, you know what? I did skip coffee this morning just to challenge myself because I'm not one of those, why did I want to say white girls that are addicted to Starbucks? So I can mentally handle not having coffee every day, even though I had coffee maybe for the past 10 days in a row. But today I just decided to not have coffee, and therefore you see my dip in energy. But still, the podcast goes on, so here I am. Isn't it amazing? I don't have to have coffee. Actually, I do. Maybe I'll come back. What do you think, Superman? Even I am feeling the withdrawal effect. Okay, shut up. You're a polar bear. You don't drink coffee. Again, today we will have an amazing eco tip, followed by an actress story that I experienced. I'm going to decide what it is right after the eco tip. I am addicted to coffee, I think. So the eco tip for today is, guys, please subscribe and follow and like my stuff. Or this might be the last episode. Oh my God. Is that gonna happen today? This time, finally? Wow. What a depressing way to start the podcast. Anyway, today's eco tip is, I know the whole America is addicted to coffee. That's a Freudian slip. Yes, coffee, but what I was gonna say was soda. America is addicted to soda, and it costs a lot of money to buy a lot of soda to quench your addictive thirst. Am I making sense? Okay. My eco tip is I am suggesting an alternative to soda, be it Mountain Dew or whatever, Pepsi. Yeah, I just remembered I was at an open mic. I was like, can I have a Coke? And then they're like, is Pepsi okay? And apparently, a lot of people are not okay to replace Coke with Pepsi, even though they taste the same. Dude, they do. Okay, shut up, everybody. So, of course, I was like, yeah, whatever, just a soda, just carbonated water filled with syrup and all that chemicals. Yeah, that. Just give me that. So that's what I order at an open mic at a bar. And I'm so used to people just staring at me weird. Like, are you underage? That's such a compliment. But then that's the reason I don't order alcohol before an open mic is because I had, okay, bonus story. Before one of the shows, maybe last year, my friend ordered a cocktail and then she's like, you can drink it a little. I did. And after that, when I was doing my show, I had a major blank out in the middle of the set. And well, I addressed it with some amazing impromptu on the spot funny shit. But drinking that alcohol did make me blank out. Yeah, my mind just works slower like right now, although I haven't drunk. Anyway, what am I talking about? I learned that drinking alcohol will ruin my performance, basically. And that's why I don't get how all the comedians are drinking, or not all, of course. They're too poor to afford a cocktail, most of them. But a lot of the comedians are drinking before and during open mics. I don't know how that's not affecting their brain. I mean, I know it loosens up the nerves, but it also loosens up your screws in your brain, so you fuck up your set. Anyway, that's just me. So instead, at open mics, sometimes you have to order a drink. That's why I order my carbonated soda. Any soda company are welcomed to pay me money and I will insert your brand name right now. Anyway, enough. So the alternative that the Eco Bitch suggests is Kombucha. Yeah, I know. What the fuck? But it's actually very underrated. First of all, kombucha tastes amazing. And if you brew it the right way, it is carbonated. I mean, it is carbonated. Hold for planes, that's an actor lingo or production lingo. Whatever. Where am I? So the tip is to replace your soda with kombucha. And I'll give you 10 reasons that it's better than buying a case of soda. 10. I'm gonna do 10. First of all, it makes you cool. Yeah, it's cool to drink kombucha. Join the eco-cool people. Second of all, you don't have to pay CRVs because for sodas, I think each can you have to pay 5 to 10 cents, at least in California and a lot of the states. So you save money by making your own kombucha, and I'll get to that. So number 3, you will have fun making kombucha because it's very zen. Okay, whatever. Number 4, it tastes so good. It tastes better than any sodas. Number 5, kombucha is way healthier than sodas. Number 6, did I say cool? Number 7, you don't have to pay for it. It's practically free. All you need is a SCOBY and sugar and containers. Number, 8, it's unlimited. Imagine a fountain of soda. When you brew kombucha, you have an endless supply of sodas in your fridge all year long. If you brew it the right way, you will never run out of it. There will be so much you'll have to shower with it. It's just overflowing. Number 9, you can use up that sugar in your pantry that you don't use for anything else. I think that's a reason for me and only me. And number 10, let's think about what else. You're not drinking in all those, chemicals, preservatives, and colorings that sodas add. Okay, what the fuck is 10 minutes? So I brewed kombucha before. It was a fun experience. All you do is you need a SCOBY, which is a kind of a fermented alien because it's alive. It's a being. It's a fermented bacteria, like a yeast thing. I don't know. Nobody knows what it is. It's just an alien organism. And you put that in water and add sugar, basically, and wait. And it will provide you with kombucha in like 2 weeks without doing a thing. That's how I made kombucha. And then you can add like rosemary or like any flavor you want. Rosemary soda, isn't that amazing? Not really, but that's an idea. So the only thing you have to find is SCOBY. Or you have to make a friend who has a SCOBY or who brews kombucha, and they can give you SCOBY for free because it's alien, so it just multiplies on its own. SCOBY is gonna multiply on its own and conquer the earth one day. So you better take it and brew your own kombucha, and then, what am I doing? And then when there's too much SCOBY, you have to throw out some SCOBY. So your kombucha friend will have more than enough SCOBY anyway. That's how I got my SCOBY. Doesn't it sound intriguing? I'm sure you want to give it a try right now. I mean, considering I just gouged my brain for 10 reasons to do kombucha, please consider making it. Just Google it. I mean, AI can't make it for you, but they can tell you what to do in detail. I remember the first time I had kombucha at my friend's place. I was like, I don't need any more soda in my life. Currently, my SCOBY died, so I'm still looking for a friend who can give me a new SCOBY. Or I guess maybe I can buy some online. I don't know. But that's the eco tip of the day. It's so exciting. Go try it. Or just buy store-bought kombucha, but that's less eco. That's way less eco. But it's still better than buying sodas. Anyway, on to my actress story. Today's story is maybe 3 or 4 years ago during COVID. When I did a short film, I was the co-lead. So I was really happy. Anyway, after the film was shot, it's like, I feel like this probably happens to a lot of actors. But the production or when it was shot, the process was painful. I mean, for whatever reason, it's hectic. It's like war, but you get through it, you pull through, and you forget about it. Then you wait for them to edit it, which could take months, if not years. So for this short film, I think it took months. And then it's not in my life anymore. So I'm done. My job is done. I get paid. And then a few months later, if you're fortunate, you get to see the film you made, the project you made, edited and shot and beautifully produced. And it's like opening a present. How much of my screen time is preserved? Because they do a lot of editing. Sometimes they'll not have your face, even though you're talking and stuff. They can do that. So never make an editor your enemy, or they have the ability to just cut you out of the film. So you have no face, just your voice. It's possible. Well, that wasn't me. That will not be me. I watched the short film and this time it was actually well made, or I was happy with how much I was in it and how my acting was presented in the film. I mean, it's really little, like maybe 20-30% of everything we shot were actually in the final product. So that short film did really well. They put it onto some festival circuit and it actually won some little prize. I'm sorry, I'm not belittling it. It was a long time ago. And it was during COVID, so everything was subdued and there was no party or screening, sadly. But then the festival still went on, and because it won an award, there was an interview. Oh, because everything was done online. It was my first interview, but it was on Zoom. The reporter would interview the director, and the main actors. I was so happy, but then it was on Zoom. But then still, I was like, I'm gonna do my prep for press. It's so funny. It's not funny. It's slightly sad. But yeah, of course. Now I'm way more ready for press, I think. After talking so much shit on this podcast, I'm way more ready, but I still try to prep. I conjure the memory of what happened during that production, which was just one day. And it wasn't pleasant. Anyway, well, I met a lot of good people, so that was good. So they interviewed me. But I remember in our acting classes, there are prep questions. So I prepped my favorite movie just in case they asked. And they asked some random questions, and I said some random. The whole thing is so pointless. Like, yeah, it's just very generic. I have zero memory until the last question. So the reporter was like, okay, this will be the last question. What are your favorite movies? And boom, nobody had an answer because nobody else was prepped. So everyone was like thinking, and I was like, oh, it would be One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And it was true. It was one of my favorite movies, but it wasn't the top. But then this was a film festival, so I drew out that sword. And then everyone was so impressed. I was like, oh, and that was it. Oh my God, there is absolutely no point to this story. It's funny that the whole thing was on Zoom. I don't know. I hope that'll, knock on wood, I hope that'll never happen again. But it was definitely a trip. I guess all the screenings and everything happened virtually. So yeah, that was my first, I guess, Zoom carpet interview. Ha ha. But it was great. It's been a few years. I can't wait for the next one. Okay, my next comedy show is, actually, I got two now. I have one on September 12th and another on September 19th. Please check out my Instagram and come to those shows. My Instagram is SadieCOfficial. Bye.